I've often wondered what this is all about, what God's plan with this earthquake is. What I've seen him and how he's moved, he's brought together a great number of people in partnership. And that partnership of believers is really doing a wonderful thing here in Haiti.
I am blessed every day in my life. I am blessed. My baby, oh my baby, oh my baby.
Fair partnership with Iman International has been going on for decades. We worked together in Sudan, we worked together in Malawi a couple times. We've been involved in the Philippines. And through that partnership, Iman International and FAIR are able to help our partner church.
I can't believe the devastation here in the city. We've just driven past building after building, and now we're in front of the National Palace. I think it's incredible to see what has happened here in the city and then realize what God has been doing on our side of the world to provide, to meet the needs. The tent cities we've seen, the destruction, it is just unbelievable and beyond anything I had expected.
In the immediate weeks following the earthquake, our partners have resourced food, water, and tents in the Dominican Republic. These have been brought across the border by truck to be stored in the central warehouse of the evangelical churches. The believers of our partner local church association, led by Pastor Martinez, have distributed this food very systematically.
We're standing in the middle of a suburb, a subdivision of the city of Port-au-Prince with more than 1,000 people living in tents. These are tent cities that have sprung up all over the city of Port-au-Prince to accommodate people that have been left homeless. And for me, it's a difficult situation to look at.
But even though it's difficult, there's hope. Between 10 and 15,000 people have already been assisted in this first stage in the communities of influence of these local churches.
With the response that we've had to FAIR, the dollars that have been given, we have a resource that we can provide to a people that I believe are willing to make an effort themselves to restore their homes, to restore their churches. We have an ability to come alongside. It's through partnership. And I believe it's got to be through partnership with a local church.
I was able to travel up to Cabaret with Richard McGowan, Canadian Director for Emmanuel International, and Andy Atkins, International Director. We saw firsthand what needs to be done as we move forward into the future.
Richard, Norm, this is the head church of the denomination, the Association of Bethesda Baptist Churches. This is their mothership, as it were, the mother church, and you can see the damage. You can see that this church is not usable right now. So I would really encourage the fellowship and Iman International to join together just to rebuild this church. So if we can get this one up and running, that will impact the whole denomination, the whole association.
Okay. Andy, we're about 4 hours outside of Port-au-Prince, I understand now from our travels. Where are we actually?
We're not quite in Jacmel, but we've turned up this river and we're going to Marbiel.
And this is the road?
This is the road. 39 crossings up the river till we get to Marbiel.
And what are we going to see up there?
Pastor's home, church, school. It serves about 1,000 people all up through the hills. They come to church and they come to the school there.
Well, come on, let's get going.
All right, let's go.
Even 100 kilometers south of Port-au-Prince, there was significant damage. The real tragedy here, though, is the destruction of the school, of the education facility. This is the only school within a 4-hour walk for these rural students.
What I'm excited about now is the possibility of rebuilding this school. We see the buildings here, but I also see the students, and they're the future leaders of Haiti. So if we can get them back in school in a couple weeks, it's a bit rough, but at least they're going to start their education. Get them back in school, get their education going again. That's the future leaders for this country, for the church. That's where the partnership can come to bear and assist the church here in its hour of need after the earthquake. So it's a huge job. There's 10 different areas throughout Haiti that need the same rebuilding that this area needs. So it's going to take a long time.
This has just been a glimpse into the tragedy here in Haiti. But there's an opportunity for you to give to the Fellowship Agency for International Relief. I want to thank you for what's already been done. but there's so much more, and I want to thank you for what you're going to do. I'm Norman Nielsen for the Fellowship.
Oh, my baby, Jésus-Christ dans la vie, moi, béni.